Hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. So yeah, got some pretty exciting happening. We are planning out our first D&D session on my channel. This is a first for me, and I am pretty excited for it. A part of me is a little nervous because I'm so used to running for my current groups, and this is kind of like not necessarily like anything new per se. It's more the matter of I guess essentially trying to try something new in terms of my channel. And one of the big things I am passionate about is D&D. So I actually got a lovely bunch of people that I am in a streaming community for. And they're pretty cool people. So let's go ahead and hop in there and see how they're doing.
Nope, still doesn't work.
Hello.
You can be fancy beast in there. It's okay.
It's just like where the roles part is on our overlays, like it's gonna say our names. So when Tiny came in with Timothy, I'm like, let's not dox him on the internet. Might be a good idea.
Hello.
You know, everybody wants to know where Timothy is.
I guess they can't hear me for some reason. This is weird.
Hi, Gamer.
Hello, Gaster.
Oh man, they can't hear me.
Ready.
Alright, hopefully they can hear me. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay, there we go. For some reason my audio settings like got readjusted when I logged in here. It's weird.
Oh, weird.
But look at you go, Waffle.
Yeah. But hello. Fancy, this is our first time meeting. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. How about you?
Not too bad. I heard you're a DM yourself.
Yeah, I'm more or less just the friends group's DM.
Friends group DM. That's kind of what I am for the most part. I think I mostly but now I run like way too many online sessions now. I have no life.
Well, I actually heard you're also getting paid for some of those.
Yeah, I am. I don't really charge like that much, but I mean, considering I know Nerdy and everybody else in this group's pretty nice, I'm not going to charge you guys for it. 'Cause you guys are swell. Alright. And Tiny's back. I can barely hear you, Waffle. I gotta turn you up.
It's cause I was muted because.
Echo.
Oh my god.
Echo.
Jesus Christ.
To be muted.
Fine.
Sorry, but my.
Oh jeez. That's gonna be interesting to do with you two next to each other.
We gotta do like some kind of noise gate or something for you guys. We gotta figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Izzy, come save us with audio things.
Well, there should be like a noise gate or a push to talk option, so that might be something to try.
Sorry, Mike didn't pick him up. He was saying he could do push to talk.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Whatever works. I'm not like gonna be too crazy about it unless it gets disruptive. But
Right.
as long as you guys figure things out, I'm pretty laid back with that type of stuff anyway. All right. Is everybody set? Did everybody get the link to the campaign? Roll 20.
We're all in it.
Is everybody in? Oh, Waffle just joined. Okay. I was like, Waffle was missing. Where's she at?
I'm here, I promise. I had gone
Should be
into
in a
the page.
swagger.
I forgot to click launch game.
Oh. Yeah, I was about to say there is a button for that.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Slacker.
all right. So just to start things off, let's go and do some introductions real quick. I'm actually streaming right now, our session 0.
I thought we wasn't streaming it.
I am.
Shit, oh, crap.
It's all right. It's all right. I got you covered. I'm gonna put it on my channel, so we're good.
Shit.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. This was kind of like a bruff for me. I was like, I'm gonna stream it. All right. So let's do some introductions. Let's start with, you know what? As D&D tradition has it, I'm gonna roll for it.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna do it. See, we got 4 people, so a D4. All right. So 1's waffle, 2 is fancy, 3 is nerdy, and 4 is tiny. Nerdy.
Shit.
Nerdy.
I knew it. I knew it.
All right, nerdy. Introduce yourself and I guess just tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm Nerdy Hippie. I'm a variety streamer. As my name implies, I'm a nerd and a hippie, and I've known Gerber the longest out of this group for like 10, 11 years.
I'm so sorry you've known me for that long, by the way.
Right? It's crazy to think about, but we're making it, and I have played quite a few different campaigns right now. I've DM'd, I play normally a rogue or a ranger, although I'm trying to branch out, which is hard for me to do because I'm like, I love my dex. Let me have my dex. But that's the thing. And oh, should I say what my character is now?
Sure, why not? Just I guess just tell us the race and the class you're playing.
Okay, so I am a rock gnome artificial, or a tinkerer, and
Artificer, not artificial.
Well, one thing, I can't talk.
I can't either.
Everyone will learn that. I can't talk, so I'll
Words-
just refer to
words
it
are
as
hard.
Words are
a
hard.
tinkerer. Like, I'm just going to say tinkerer. Like, everyone knows that one. And I'm excited because I've never played this class before or this race before, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it should be. Oh, also, why is my webcam not on? This is weird. I thought I had it on.
If you have OBS open first, it won't open in Discord.
Are you serious? I
Mhm.
hate my life.
You have
Just
to
letting
like
you
go
know.
to your webcam and click deactivate, and then come in here and activate it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on.
Yep.
You know what?
It can't use
While I do that, let's do the next person in line here. Tiny.
Hey, I'm Tiniest Tim, however you want to call it.
tiniest of
The
Tims.
tiniest of Tims.
That one. I stream a variety of
Harold.
games. Currently, Harold. Currently, a mainly Warzone. But I haven't been streaming that recently because Warzone updated. So, anyways, I'm fairly new to D&D. Played a few sessions, not even full games, and then I've played a decent amount.
There we
of
go.
Pathfinders. Welcome in. My character is a druid turtle, and yeah, just a nice base introduction.
Gonna have some good turtle soup on our campaign.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm kidding. All right.
My husband said you
Waffle.
needed to be a ninja, not a druid.
Please do not make a fighter class that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle class, or I will ban you. Just don't. Please don't do it. I've seen all the archetypes at this point. All right, Waffle.
Hey, I am Awkward Waffle Lover, or known as Waffle. I am a variety streamer. I do some spooky streams, collab streams. I stream a lot of random stuff, honestly. Right now, my main game is Divinity.
Oh.
Me too.
Should do a co-op with the husband and you. Does he like Divinity? Does he like
He
Divinity?
does. He's the one who introduced me.
Oh,
to
okay.
it,
I was
so-
about to say I got into it a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, I had no friends back then, so I played solo. Anyways,
Well, I'm always used to playing with a group, and he's always told me like what the story is going on. So I'm like, okay, I need to try solo right now to see if I can keep up with the story myself. I'm not very good at it.
that's fair.
But I am playing a Tiefling Warlock, which I have never played before, so it's going to be very interesting. But I am very excited. I didn't get into D&D until like 4 or 5 years ago.
Hey, that's like me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I played a little bit before then, but I thought it was really stupid at the time. But then I got into some like D&D podcasts and like listening to people play, and I really fell in love with it doing that. So I really started to take it more seriously, and now I'm addicted.
So, I guess like to tell my side of the story real quick on how I got into D&D. It's actually it's the weirdest thing how it happened. So it was my roommate 5 years ago. I guess like the current group that I play in person, as a player right now, he was friends with one of the people in that group, and I think I was working my night job at that time, and I think that's when I started talking nerdy again. But I came home from a night shift job. I had like nothing to do from like 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m. because I had no life. And he's like, "Hey, you want to play D&D?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Seems like the nerdiest shit in the world, but
Right?
let's try it." I hate it.
Coming from the person
If I
that
hate-
introduced me to Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, yeah. We don't talk about Magic anymore because it's a very expensive hobby. And but yeah, I went in. First session was like awkward for me because I had no idea what I was doing. Then session 2 happened. I was like, all right, this ain't too bad. And then I was just hooked by session 3, and now I'm doing all this. Fancy,
It gets ya. It gets ya.
fancy. Introduce yourself and the potential character you're playing.
Hi, I'm Fancy Beast. I'm Aqua Alpha Lover's husband.
Can we
on
all
stream.
collectively say "aw" at the same time? 3, 2, 1. Aw.
Aww.
Yeah, no, I don't stream. Thought about it a few times, but as it is right now, I'm just trying to make sure my wife has got all the support she needs for it.
Aw.
But the character that I am playing is a Silver Dragonborn fighter, landing on the Eldritch Knight.
Aw, my boy. We're gonna get along. All right. Perfect. But yeah, awesome. But first thing I want to say, thank you guys for considering me your DM in this campaign setting. Ironically enough, this was actually one of my New Year's resolutions, was to do a D&D game live stream on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
And I guess I was like a little
Yeah,
bit.
you starting in February.
Yeah, I know. Look at me. But yeah, thanks for the opportunity, and of course, if you guys have any questions in terms of games or anything, my DMs are always open, as the cool kids say. All right. So one thing I do want to start off with. So usually what I do with my groups is I just give like a small like ground rule or just like general, be respectful type of rules, just things to keep in mind when we're playing the game. So first one, communicate. The reason I say that is because like one of the things that not necessarily like I have struggled with other groups is they're kind of like lackluster with communicating, like if they can make the game, or if they something comes up and like, hey, I can't play today because of this. And as long as you communicate that stuff with me, I'm totally cool with like canceling sessions last minute. I know stuff gets crazy sometimes, and I know some of you have kids or married or got some other stuff, so I definitely want to be respectful.
Busy military schedule.
And a military schedule, yeah. I can imagine that's pretty rough. But But yeah, if we're planning a session and essentially if something comes up or like kid's sick or something like that, just let me know, and we'll pretty much come to a decision if we play with one less player or we'll just cancel the session. So I kind of anticipate this campaign to not obviously be like every Saturday, so it'll just be mainly just chatting in our Discord server and figuring out what's best for everybody. Second, kind of ground rule, foster respect and positivity. So the big thing I strive for as a DM is always remain positive regardless of the situation, especially in game or something rough happens in life. And I always see D&D as like a gateway from the bad shit in life, or the tougher aspects of that. So definitely try to come in with the best attitude you can, and sometimes you're feeling down, and we'll try to bring you up if need be. I know Nerdy has done that for me quite a bit last year from streaming, especially when I was feeling down, so I'll do the same for you guys if you're having a bad day. But in terms of respect, for the most part, I mean, we're all adults. I mean, a good chunk of us deal with kids on a daily basis. So, and I think it's important, just be respectful to everybody regardless of what's happening. That's really like the only serious shit I'm really going to get down to for the most part in terms of like personal stuff. But yeah, if there's something I'm doing that's out of line, or it just seems seems like foul play, definitely call me out on that stuff, because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm trouncing on your feelings or anything like that. I definitely just want this to be, play D&D, have fun, have a good time, all that stuff. Number 3, eliminate distractions. What I mean by distractions, I mean try to keep like texting or doing things on the side, from preventing D&D from happening, especially for like role playing or if we're interacting with other people. I mean, if you get a text from, somebody important, by all means do it, but, try not to let it interrupt the game too much, essentially, and background noise or anything like that. If there is an emergency that does come up, because I actually had an incident happen about a month ago. One of my players' moms had a stroke, and they had to leave. They didn't even say anything to me. I'm like, oh, is everything okay? And he basically told me what happened. So I'm like, oh shoot, I'm sorry. So if an emergency happens and it's personal, just message me on Discord and we'll just leave it at that, and we can end the session as needed. Metagaming. So this was kind of tricky for me to, I guess, like kind of, I don't know how to put it, moderate, I guess. Moderate. So metagaming, I'm not like too stingy about, but try not to exploit it too much. Mainly just because I don't want people to exploit a lot of things in D&D. But I won't really call you out on it unless it gets like pretty apparent. But for the most part, just try to keep metagaming kind of at a minimum. Number 5, rules warriors. And that's what my character would do. So these are like 2 mortal sins that a lot of DMs talk about. I'm the opposite when it comes to that stuff. I'm okay if you're a rules lawyer, or if you want to do something that's so chaotic it's gonna put the campaign on its head. I'm totally cool with that. Now, here's the disclaimer on this. So if you want to be a rules lawyer, I'm totally cool if you call me out on certain rulings, because I definitely want to make sure, the game's fair enough for everybody, and, everybody has a chance to do what they want to do. So if you're a rules lawyer, because I only say it because I'm a rules lawyer sometimes as a player, just mention like, hey, I noticed in Player's Handbook it says I can do this and so on, and usually I check it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what it says, and, I'll correct myself, because I hate to say it, there's so much rolling in D&D, it's hard for me to keep track of every single detail of it. That's what my character would do. So if you're wanting to do something that's just wacky, and you feel like it's just going to derail the campaign, I'm totally cool if you do that. Honestly, think it makes things interesting for me, and I have to improvise. But don't do it to the point where it is malicious and you're trying to do it passive aggressively. But if you're just trying to be, you know, just a chaotic goblin that just like, hey, I want to steal this child and this freaking stroller down the street and just run away with it, do it. I'll improvise that situation. I probably won't be prepared for it, but I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna play this out. We're just gonna have Benny Hill music playing in the background, and you know, we'll have a chase scene.
That's really funny because it's been so long since Warriors played a character.
Mm.
He's usually a DM that he's like, I'm just gonna become that character that the DM's gonna be like, what are you gonna do? And I'll be like, well, no, never mind. Whatever it is, no.
That's very fun. That's very fair. And then number 6, the most important rule, and honestly, I feel like this is one you need to keep in mind: have fun and always be happy. And I say it that way because D&D is fun and it's supposed to make you happy. So keep that in mind. You break that rule, you're banned from my table. I'm kidding. All right. Anybody have any questions before we actually get into the juicy stuff? Going once?
Juice away.
Going twice? All right, cool. All right. So the nice thing is everybody has figured out what their characters are. Now, the only thing I think we haven't done yet is rolling stats for Waffle and Fantasy, I believe. So I don't know if you saw in my Google Doc that I sent out to you guys on what we do for the rolls. We do the 4d6 stat rolls. So basically, it's you roll for d6, you take the 3 highest, combine them, and then that'll be your 1 stat, and then you do that 5 more times. And then you'll allocate it to, you know, whatever stats you want. Now, what I do though is sometimes, unfortunately, some people roll really shitty stats. Nerdy and Tiny attest to my theory when that happened. Nerdy kind of didn't luck out so well because their second set of rolls were bad. But if you had the unfortunate nature of rolling really bad on your first roll and you're not satisfied with it, I usually do a freebie on the stat rolls just so you have a better chance of your character having decent stats. And usually you end up having better stats in that situations. But if you have the unfortunate nature of rolling really shit 2 times in a row, I'm okay with you rolling for a 3rd time and potentially beyond that if you're that unlucky. But typically, if it's anything beyond those 2 rolls, you'll have to take -2 out from one of the rolls that you had for the stats. But I haven't had that happen yet. So hopefully Fancy and Waffle roll pretty well on their stats. Fingers crossed, hopefully. But we'll go ahead and get that out of the way real quick. So we'll start with Waffle. If you can do me a favor, and if you got like a notepad or something to keep track of what you rolled, I'm gonna do the same. Let me pull up my sticky notes.
Yeah, I just gotta grab my notebook.
You're good.
Side note.
Yeah.
Warrior, Fantasy, whatever you want to call. What do you want to be called on stream so we can keep it like all together?
Concise.
Pick one.
I think Fancy would be cool.
It says Warrior on the layout.
Does it say Warrior?
It does say Warrior.
We'll just call him.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Warrior.
Because that's his Twitch name. So.
Oh, is
that's
it?
What I went with.
Okay, that
That's
works.
his Twitch name.
We'll call you
So,
Warrior.
Okay.
He's having a hard time changing it on Roll20.
Oh, is he? I can probably.
It's weird. For some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I can probably help you out with that. I think it's in the.
So we're all
I
on
think
the
it's
same
in the.
page.
I think it's in the profile section or profile settings, but cool. I'll keep that in mind. Alrighty. So Waffle, go ahead and in the chat, do this command. Let me go ahead and message it to you. How do I message people? There we go. If you can do that command. And just put that in the chat. And then we'll just need you to do that 5 more times.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Whoa, waffles.
That is
It's
That's
Going in
one good
strong.
one. It's going downhill from here, guys.
that's what happened with Nerdy. All right, so that is 17, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, off to a good start. All right, let's go ahead and do the second set. That's a D4.
Yeah, I realized what I just did. Okay. 4d6. I'm smart. Okay.
We're all smart here,
Yep.
Yeah.
except for me. Jeez, 16.
Keep it going strong. Waffles.
All right.
Guys,
Can I
this whole
say it?
campaign.
Don't
everyone's gonna
don't
be
say it,
mad
Nerdy.
about
Please don't say it.
Nope, you can't say it.
Please don't. All right. All right. Third set. It's 11. It's 11.
Right. 10. Yeah. No,
Or
Where's that 10? Oh, it's 10. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10.
Okay. Well, subpar.
You gotta have one dump stat. It's fine.
Drew. All right. Fourth set. Dude, this tavern playlist is a bopper. Oh, there's the dump stat.
Ooh.
That's a
There
ni-
we go.
that's a 9. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Fifth set. Not
12.
bad. That's a 12. Not terrible.
All right.
All right, and then the next one.
Go for gold.
This is the last one.
Ugh.
That is a 10, I believe. 10.
Yep,
Okay.
another- yep.
Okay. Not terrible. So it looks like you ended up with 17, 16, 10, 9, 12, and 10. Cool. Are you satisfied with that roll, or would you like to do the freebie?
I would like to do the freebie for my 9. I can choose which one I do it for.
Oh, you know what? I probably didn't disclose this better. I'm sorry. So basically, you would do a this would be a new set of rolls you would be doing.
Like a full set.
Yeah, like a full set.
Oh.
Yeah, a full set. Yeah.
So you'd be rolling 6 more times.
Yeah. So it's up
Okay,
it's
I
up to you.
thought the exact same thing.
So the good
When I did it.
so the good thing is if you end up wanting to take the freebie and you don't roll better on the second set, you can still use the first set.
Oh.
So it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, go for it.
That's what I did.
Go for it.
Holy crap.
Jesus Christ! It's an air 16. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's a 16. But still. Guys, I'm rolling nat ones the rest of the campaign.
Don't say that.
16.
Ooh.
Dang, man. Where the hell were my stat rolls like that when I built my character? 11. Not bad.
11.
11.
Just keep it
11.
above-
11.
Keep it above 11 and you're good.
7. 11.
Right.
Ooh, that's a decent
15.
15. All right.
Beauty.
Looking good.
This is my last one, right?
This is going to be the dump stat. I'm calling it.
Oh my gosh. A 12.
12. Okay. All right.
Is that
I
If
would
she's
like-
done, can I now say it?
Yeah, say it.
Can I steal hers, please?
No. No. All right. So it looks like 16, 16, 11, 11, 15, 12.
I would like to keep this set.
All right. You got it. It's all yours. All yours. All right. Perfect. All right. So that will be your stats for that one. And we'll go ahead and do fancies rolls next.
Alright, here we go.
All right. Get in there, champ.
Roll space.
Why do I feel like his first roll is going to be all ones?
Well, there's 2 ones
12,
there,
that's
but that's
still good.
12.
Then
That's
you know
12.
what, if you copy it, it's easier to just.
Yeah, if you just copy and paste that, it's easier.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. That's why I did at the end there.
It's
'cause I
much.
got tired of typing it.
The good old Control C, Control V. It's a
I
classic.
don't have like a character sheet open.
That
Another
is
12.
12. Ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Ain't bad. Ain't bad. All right, third set. Ugh.
Ooh.
Ugh. About,
That's a 9.
that's a 9.
Alright.
Is that what people rolling 9s today? That's another 9. What the hell?
Oof.
You might want to do your freebie.
Insert
Well,
insert Minecraft oof.
might as well finish out. He might get 2 18s.
Just finish
and
it.
Want to keep it.
Dude, what the hell is going on here? I blame Nerdy. She cursed it.
I didn't say it this time. Okay, I didn't say it this time.
Of course he rolls a 16. Okay. All right.
Nerdy, do you want those stats?
So Fancy, I'm guessing you want to do your freebie.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, please do your freebie. For the love that's holy, please do the freebie. Okay, that's pretty good. That's 15.
15.
All right. Second set. All right. Well, 9 is apparently the number today. All right, third set. My God, dude, what
9 again.
is happening? Hey, and I have to check something real quick. Okay, that's an 11.
10. Oh, you're right, 11. Oh, good.
Yeah, that's 11. Yeah. All right. 14. 14.
Better than 9.
Okay. And one more set. You got one more. Okay, 11.
Oh.
Yeesh. All right. So.
Gotta remember to push the
I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. So we got. It looks like this set was 15, 9, 9, 11, 14, 11. Yeah. All right. So this is actually the first time I'm going to have to pull this out.
You're special.
Yeah, no, seriously, he is actually my first guinea pig for this set of rules here, which is good because
Ooh,
I need the.
experiments. I love 'em.
Okay. So if you do want to do another set of rolls, you can. So what will happen though is you'll do your third set of rolls, and then you'll have to choose from that set of rolls one stat to reduce by 2. Mainly just because for balancing purposes. So I just want to see if this is actually like a good roll to have for stat rolling. So I'm guessing you do want to do a third set of rolls because my God,
Yeah, I'd much rather.
My- that's pretty
eh.
yeah, especially for a fighter. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. But yeah, let's go and do
Awkward sitting here next to him, haven't had done those rolls.
Hopefully it doesn't catch up.
Okay.
Waffle.
What do we
All
got
nat
there?
ones the rest of the campaign.
13. Okay. Looking better. 14. All right. Getting there. All right, third set.
15.
Look at that. Look at that.
Keep it
Third
strong.
time's the
Keep it
charm.
strong.
I'm knocking on wood right now. All right.
13.
It's a lot better. All right. 12.
12.
And then one more set.
This is your full-on 24.
All right.
15.
That worked out well. Okay. So this set is 13, 14, 15, 13, 12, and 14?
A lot better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. So
Yeah,
from
I'll definitely take those.
okay, cool. Now what you'll have to do though, you'll have to choose one of those rolls and reduce it by 2. So choose I guess either of the ones. I would imagine the 12 or the 13 is probably what you want to reduce.
Can he either take 2 from one roll or take 1 from 2 rolls?
What do you mean by that?
So like
So take 2
one
rolls
number
and
and
take
take
one
off
from each
2.
one.
Or pick 2 rolls and take 1 off of each. I know that's a
I have no
possible-
problem with just taking 2 off of one roll. That doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I was about to say like the only reason I do it that way is just so that it effectively just reduces it down just a teensy bit. So essentially like what it will be is like if you want to reduce your 12 stat down to 10, then that would be your final stat pool right there. So it's up to you on which of those rolls you'll reduce by 2. And it's
Yeah, I
just
think I'm gonna drop that 12 down to a 10.
okay, cool. So your final stats before it's distributed with your racials and all that. It's 13, 14, 15, 13, 10, 14. That's pretty good for the class you're going. All very strong. Alrighty. So,
Imagine a fighter with all those 9s.
yeah, I know. Ooh. Dude, those are 3
Would
9.
make him the dumbest and ugliest fighter ever.
Dude, that's 3 9s. Like, Jesus Christ, man. All right. Cool.
Suddenly have a suicidal fighter on our team.
Drew.
Lowest Constitution ever.
Yeah, that's true. I was about to say, yeah, let's make Constitution the dump stat on the fighter. All right. So, we got our stats for Waffle and Warrior. And then we took care of Nerdy and Tiny 2 days ago. Have you guys used the character sheets through Roll20 before? Or
I have not.
you have not? Okay. So here is what we'll do here. I'm gonna make 2 sheets for you guys here. So I'm just gonna label it like your names and then character sheet, and then you should have access to editing it. Let's see here. Where is Waffle? There's Waffle. Edit can be edited by Waffle.
Here.
Dun, 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 dun. Character sheet. Save. All right. And if you can do me a favor, Waffle, there should be, if you click on the newspaper icon, there should be something on there that says Waffle's character sheet.
See it.
Yep. And then just click on the character sheet tab, and then click the option that says edit direct or edit sheet directly.
Oh gosh, I don't know what happened. I don't think that was right. Okay. I click on the newspaper.
Yep.
Click on character sheet.
Yep. Waffle's well, there's one on there that says Waffle's character sheet.
Yes.
Yep. Just click on that, and then the tab that says character sheet.
Okay, yeah, I mean, do I have to click edit? Because it's letting me kind of like...
Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, it's probably because I'm
Yeah.
in it right now. Okay. No, you're good. All right. So that is all the... So this will be your character sheet you'll use to essentially fill in all your information for the character sheet stuff.
I already forgot my name.
So just for the sake of time, do you want to, I guess, like find a day to kind of go over the character sheet? Or... Because you filled one out before, right? Have you filled one out? Okay. It's just a very time-consuming process.
Yeah, we don't have to do it here.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, I was about to say, like, I think it'll probably be a bit better in terms of time, but yeah, I'll get with you and your hubby on the character sheet stuff, and then of course, you know, if you got any questions about your characters and all that, we'll just talk through it. Hopefully, the Discord should be a good resource, and I'll post some stuff in there too for you guys in case you have questions about the campaign or characters. Good deal. And also, I gotta make a character sheet for the hubby. Let's see here, Warriors character sheet. Da-da-da. Save that. Okay, save. Perfect. And you should be able to do the same to Warrior. If you click on the newspaper icon, there will be one listed as Warrior's character sheet. And then you just got to go to the tab that says character sheet.
Like, click on the tab character sheet. Down. Right there. And then you can edit it from there.
Okay. Were you able to get access to that?
Yeah, I'm in it right now.
Sweet. All right. So we'll go over character stuff individually, and then I'll chat with you guys about that. Have you guys decided on... Well, actually, Warrior said you were playing Eldritch Knight, right? That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Cool. Which, so... All right, Waffle. Let's have a talk for a minute.
Oh no.
So warlocks are near and dear to my heart in D&D.
Okay.
I have a variety of patrons you can choose if you have any questions on it, but I know you were talking about potentially doing a deity as a patron, so
Well, it doesn't have to be. I think I just got confused.
Oh no, you're fine, you're fine.
I hadn't read the warlock.
No, it's okay. It's a very common thing that does get confused a little bit. So basically, like, patrons are like, I guess the best way I can describe it, they're like kind of like demigods to a certain degree. Like, they're very powerful, but they're not like of god status, but they're pretty damn close to it. But the I don't know if you've seen all the subclass for warlocks. So warlocks are special because they get their subclass at their first level. So,
Okay.
I guess essentially, tell me what subclass you want to play for warlock, and we can definitely chat about that.
Oh gosh, I don't even think I saw the subclasses. Wait, where are the subclasses?
Should be in the warlock section.
Yeah, I'm in the warlock section. Backboon. Oh.
Actually, you know what I should do?
These are all Eldritch invocations.
Here, I'm actually gonna send something to you. If it helps.
Thank you, because I don't
No,
know
you're
if
good.
it's just not obvious enough
You're
for
all,
me to
no,
see
you're good.
it.
You're all good. That's what I'm here for. I'm the resource guy.
I promise I read this right before I came in here.
All right. So here is here's a link for you.
Oh.
All right. So there is a web page. So
Oh, is it like who my patron is?
yeah. So your page.
Oh, okay.
So here I'll list off all the current patrons you can choose from. So there is Archfey, there is Celestial, Fathomless, Fiend, the Genie, Great Old One, Hexblade, Undead, and what's the other one? Undying. Those are all the subclasses / patrons.
Okay, I think I was gonna go with Archfey when I read
Ooh.
this
Ooh.
Nope, I'm out. Bye. See ya.
No, sorry. That's actually my favorite subclass. So,
I love how she's taking all of my favorites. She has my favorite race of all time. She has your favorite class. I am subclass.
yeah, you're tugging at the heartstrings right now. That's cool.
DM's favorite? I don't know.
Yep, it's my favorite. So yeah, so Archfey. Do you want me to explain what Archfey is, or do you have like a... So Archfays are... They're essentially like they're like the higher beings of the Fey Realm. And the Fey Realm is basically like these... The best way I can describe is like you know, like fairies, pixies, and you know, those type of creatures. They're kind of like that. But they're kind of a-holes for the most part.
Perfect.
Like they're actually probably the epitome of chaotic neutral, and I know you're wanting to kind of like go more towards that. But basically Archfey are like very old, like long-lived, I guess like omnipotent creatures that live in the Fey realm, and they have like a lot of sway on, I guess the best way I can describe it is like the other planes of existence, especially in the material plane. Now, here's a good example of an Archfey. Have you read or seen the movie Midnight Summer Dream? Or is that what it's called? Midsummer Night Dream? Is that what it's called?
The Shakespeare one?
Yeah, the Shakespeare one.
But
Yeah.
it's Midsummer's Dream.
Yeah, that one. So there is a character in that play called Titania, and she's considered the queen of the fairies. And that is actually one of the patrons in my world is Queen Titania. Now that's
Is
not.
that the one who's the
She should be one of the patrons on there, I believe.
Summer Court? That's actually
That is correct.
the one that I was looking at the most.
Perfect. I was hoping you were picking that. I was hoping you were picking that. Because I love Titania.
Actually, what I was like drawn to for my story.
Yeah, so the Summer Court is like the good-ish aligned fae. Ish, yeah. Titania is actually like a very scary patron, actually. Like, I gotta find a picture of her. Like, basically Titania is like this very gorgeous, like, fairy-looking individual. But,
We can see your search history.
Here.
We can see your search history on.
oh, can you? Oh, shit, I should probably not do that. Hold on.
Just so you know.
Oh, I'm aware.
What have we been looking at?
Clip.
Just so you know.
Here, I'm trying to find the...
Did you ever read like
Guess
the
that's your favorite
Shadowhunters
spice.
books?
Oh, that's a good example. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, she's the queen of the face in there too.
Here is...
She is.
Here's kind of what... Like, this is a good... Like, this photo right here I just sent to you is a good representation of what Titania looks like.
Okay. Love that dress.
Yep. So that's,
See,
like, a
this
good
is-
example.
This is all playing for my backstory.
Perfect.
Yay.
Yeah. So... Yeah, so there's actually a lot of references or resources on who Titania is. So, by all means, like, if you want to kind of craft your backstory by just doing some research on that, you can definitely do that. So that's definitely a patron you're kind of, like, leaning towards is, like, Titania or...
It's the one that I was leaning the most
Sick.
towards, so it's probably who I'll go with.
Sick. I'm actually very happy you chose Titania.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Glad
boy.
it made life easier.
Oh, boy.
Either this is gonna be the best decision ever or the worst decision ever.
I'll be crying by session 2.
We're about to find out. All right, perfect. Cool. But yeah, essentially, I just needed to know because I got some campaign stuff for backstory purposes. So,
Nope, that's fine. I'll be sending you privately some other
yeah.
stuff as well.
But yeah, let's actually talk about character backstory stuff, just so that we have I guess like a chat about essentially player agency. So what I mean by player agency, so the big thing I do in my realm, or my campaign, excuse me, is essentially I give players a lot of integrated backstory into the campaign, and essentially I try to create moments or encounters for you guys so that your backstory kind of is part of, like, you know, the general story that occurs. Now, the one thing is that I will mention is there's only so much I can really incorporate into a campaign. So my general rule of thumb is if you're going to write a backstory, try to keep it at least 2 pages at the most, if that is okay. Because I know a lot of people have ideas and, you know, fun little, like, creative backstory stuff, and I am all down for that. Just keep it as concise as possible. But for your backstories, definitely write whatever you want. And I can also give you, like, lore stuff, or if you have questions about my campaign world, which I'll explain more here on this next section. But write to your heart's content for your backstory and send it over to me, and then I'll just take a look at it, review it, and just let you know we're good to go on it, and then I'll essentially pave the story with it throughout the campaign for you. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for backstory. Does anybody have any questions so far, by the way? I know it seems like we're kind of rolling with this pretty quickly, but I didn't want anybody to be too overwhelmed right now. Yes, no, maybe so.
I'm good.
Cool.
I think I'm pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good.
Sweet. All right. So let's talk about... Sorry, I got a checklist here. All right, so let's talk about campaign setting. So, right now there are 3 continents in my campaign world. So the first one I'm going to show you is Avamar. Everybody see that? Yes, no?
Yep.
Sick. So, this is one of the potential continents you could be on for one of the campaigns. But the current campaign I have to offer will actually take place in the Kingdom of Aljamir. And it's going to be mostly in this desert region here, but there's also potential to potentially go to other areas on this map here. Or potentially could go to other places here. But for the most part, you'll be sticking to kind of like the eastern part of this map right here. So for this campaign, and I actually got something you guys can look at. So if you go to the newspaper icon again, the journal, there should be a little notepad that says campaign options. And if you guys can click that for me, it will actually pop up the campaign settings. Or the kind of like a small outline for you guys. Was able just let me know once you guys have that up on your screen. Already got it? Tiny got it?
Yep.
Everybody else got it? Sick. All right. So these are all kind of like the outlines for the just the potential campaigns you guys could do. So the first one, the Aljamir campaign, and it is titled Devil in the Details. It will take place in the Kingdom of Aljamir, which is basically it's a big kingdom of commerce, but also a lot of subterfuge. And the adventurers will essentially find themselves being involved with fiends, a lot of ancient sites and ancient places, magic, and other mysteries. Now, to give you kind of like a brief synopsis of what Aljamir is and kind of like the lore implications of it. So Aljamir is where most of the Tieflings and humans live in my campaign world. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be from there. It's just a good chunk of the Tieflings come from here. So there's a reason for that. For lore reasons. Waffle's face right now. Oh, a stream could see your face right now. This is amazing. But basically what happened is to not disclose too much lore behind it, but so basically the story behind Aljamir is Tiefling are essentially, they were humans, they were once human, or they were bloodline to devils from the Nine Hells. And devils are essentially, evil creatures. But this kingdom is pretty unique because devils actually are a part of the society in Aljamir. And you actually have servants that are actually devils from the Nine Hells. And there's actually laws where devils are either partners in certain businesses or, daily society stuff. And it's really the only place in the world where devils are walking in the material plane and actually interacting with mortals and humans. Yes. Yes, it's that weird. And it's actually commonplace, but it's kind of frowned upon by a lot of other kingdoms because, they're fucking devils. But because, Tieflings have a strong connections to the Nine Hells, and humans have like a very interesting backstory with the Tieflings. But Aljamir is the big selling point for this area is it has a huge merchant circle, and there's a place in there that basically all the merchants or business owners go to, and it's called the Great Bazaar. And it's basically what it sounds like. It's a giant bazaar where people exchange goods, services, coin, and all that stuff. But there's also a lot of like seedy backstory or like seedy businesses going on, like illegal distribution of like drugs or, like artifacts, magic items, stuff like that.
It's like there's devils walking around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about, Tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, so I won't get too much of the gory details, but essentially this place is crawling with a lot of devils, but they're kind of, they have like pacts or like, contracts with the Tieflings or the humans of this place. So that's kind of like the gist of the place, and it's also like a very affluent area. Like a lot of rich people live here. So that's just like an idea of what the campaign could be. But just to give you a breakdown, adventures include dungeon delving into ancient societies or civilizations. As you can see, a few of them on the map. You're also negotiating potentially with merchants, intense social situations, because you will be doing a lot of role playing with merchants, and potentially some bounty hunters that are protecting the merchants. And of course, searching out any missing NPCs, which will be actually one of the main objectives in the campaign. So the quote-unquote campaign for this one is there's 3 sovereigns that actually rule the kingdom of Aljamir, and they're called the Coin Princes. And they're kind of like the ruling class of the whole kingdom, and they're the ones that essentially have a say through, you know, the comings and goings of their kingdom and their societies. And a lot of the Coin Princes also have pacts with like very powerful devils too, so they're feared throughout the kingdom and also in other continents. But essentially, three of the princes go missing, and it's essentially your guys' task at some point in the story to go find them. And essentially, you try to find answers through RP or, you know, combat encounters, or essentially find out what the hell is happening. And you'll be involved with, you know, a lot of devils that might be a part of the plot, or it could be other people. But that's one of the campaigns you could do. Anybody have questions for that campaign?
Like question?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how this race will work in a desert kind of environment, and
Yeah.
I want to look out for my friend Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Are turtles gonna need to like pack extra water?
So I will disclose. Most of
He's screwed.
he's not necessarily screwed. So for the most part, he's gonna be fine. Now, so as you can see on this map, do you see this place called the Centaur Waste? This place right here. He's definitely gonna need water because this place is arid as fuck.
We'll just take him over to that nice oasis and throw him in.
Yeah, there is an oasis over here. So one of the things you will be doing a lot is traveling in between Aljamir and a lot of the other points of interest here. So there will be moments where you guys will have to make like checks to not like more or less get dehydrated and die from dehydration.
Now my question is, Tiny, do we feed you the water or do we pour water on you?
I mean,
Well, I am able to grab the create water spell, so
That
I
is
think
true.
that'll help out.
I was just thinking, once I'm able to infuse, I can make a replicate magic item, and one of them is like the everlasting jug, which will be everlasting water. So
yeah, well, you gotta find that. But there is items like that in the Great Bazaar in the kingdom. So there's opportunities to actually buy magical items, but I'm just going to warn you, it's going to be expensive.
I'm sorry, Tiny, if you're the first death, I'm so sorry.
Well, to say, Nerdy, you need to wait till at least level 2, so what are we gonna do for him for level 1?
I don't know.
Water spells.
Water.
spells and water spells.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could be a tortoise rather than turtle, and you don't really need water as much.
I mean, you can, I don't know, just find a really big jug and just sit in it and somebody carries you. I don't know.
I still like the idea of
Like a
just
giant
walking
gourd.
around with water on him.
Yeah, he's like,
Either that,
I
or we
just
get a
wanna make sure he can
wagon.
survive, okay? Like, that's all I care about.
yeah.
We get a wagon. I'm inside. I go inside my little turtle shell, and I have like a little cocoon of water that's dumped over me, like, and I'm just sleeping it. Just pop back up for air every now and then.
Just have a giant barrel instead of having whiskey or anything like that, and it's just got
Yeah,
water in
exactly.
you.
Yeah, I don't think you should be, I
I
don't think you should be drinking whiskey in the, you know, the burning wastelands of sand and probably bad creatures out there. But yeah, but basically this is like the central hub for where you guys will have most of your adventure. But that doesn't mean you won't, be traveling to these other areas. There might be quests you might potentially take. It's really just based off of what's available and what you guys go towards.
Okay.
But yeah, that is one of the first campaigns you could do. The second one, I'm actually going to change map so you can see the other one. Boop.
Ooh,
Welcome to Useth.
much more tiny friendly.
Yeah, a lot of water here. This is what this place is actually nicknamed the Flowing Lands because there's a lot of water. But yeah, Useth is essentially, so a lot of the elves live in this continent, but so do halflings and tritons. Tritons are basically like the mermaid man or men, I guess is the best way I can describe it. They're also my favorite race in D&D. So the second campaign option you guys have is in Useth, and you'll start in Aquareth, which is the capital of this continent. And the name of the campaign is called A Shot in the Dark. And it is a sea-based campaign where you'll be traveling, surprisingly, on water a lot. But essentially, you will be traveling through different areas of the map. And there is potential where you could actually access to a lot of the continent areas here, and you could potentially travel everywhere on this map. But really depends on what you guys want to do. But yeah, you'll be doing some sea sailing, whether with pirates, royal officials, or maybe like an expedition group of some sort. But you'll also venture into a lot of dangerous landscapes with chaotic fae, abhorrent beast, other evil creatures, and you'll be also obtaining a lot of important magical objects or artifacts. Excuse me. But the main objective of the campaign are like how the plot is kind of set. So there's a benefactor to the royal family of this continent, and they will want to hire adventurers to go seek out these artifacts that's actually tied to a dark goddess by the name of Shar. So Shar is very infamous in Useth because she caused a eclipse on the continent and almost enslaved the entire kingdom in darkness. But thankfully, the princess at the time, banished her from the realm and was able to bring peace back. But essentially, this campaign will you'll be seeking out these artifacts for this benefactor, and you'll be getting paid a lot of money for it. Now, the problem is he's going to be more or less iffy about why he wants the artifacts, but he will essentially mention that a lot of other malicious groups are trying to obtain these artifacts, and he does not want them to get these artifacts because they may use it for nefarious gains, and these artifacts are very powerful. But you'll essentially be traveling on ship a lot, trying to find these artifacts or find answers to them, and essentially try to seek out the artifacts as quick as possible. But that's the second campaign option. Anybody have questions about this campaign or the continent?
I got one.
We got one. We got.
Well, I guess this would be kind of like an overall question. Was there anything like the Harpers or something along those lines?
Are you talking about like guild factions? Or
Yeah, kind of, but I was thinking more specifically along the lines of the Harpers and kind of what they do.
I'm actually not quite understanding your question. Sorry.
Oh, do you know what the Harpers are?
Yeah, I know who the Harpers are. Are you asking if there's like a group similar to the Harpers here?
Yeah, or if the Harpers are even.
They're not in
there
this.
at all.
They're not in this campaign setting, unfortunately. There is a similar faction here, but they don't really do anything that's related or similar to Harpers. But they're called Thassa's Chosen, and they are essentially they basically guide people throughout the continent because the seas in Useth are very dangerous. Like, very dangerous, because there's, like, krakens, and there's, sea creatures that try to assault people's ships. And they're, like, they're kind of like the general guardians of the world. And they essentially guide other people throughout the different continents. So there's guilds very similar, or factions similar to the Harpers, or even, like, a lot of the Forgotten Realms factions, and I actually take a lot of inspiration from that. So there is guilds very similar to that.
So there's a group in here that's basically the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I knew somebody was gonna fucking say it. I fucking knew it.
Game has started. Haven't even started.
Haven't even started.
And it's already happening.
But yeah, so basically this is a homebrew world, so I won't really have like a whole lot of like Forgotten Realms or Faerun based factions, but I do have Faerun deities in my campaign world. So hopefully that answered your question. I hope.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, cool. Any other questions? Yes, no, maybe so.
Are there other turtles here?
Yes, there is. Turtles actually live in this continent. This is most likely where Tiny's character could come from.
Tiny, you're home. Man, we're having to choose between each other's homes for these campaigns.
Yeah.
Isn't this?
Yeah. Like I said, you don't have to choose the campaigns just because you're like from those areas. The reason I just mentioned like why these races are from this place, it's because it's like we're the most populated of that race. So like for example, Lawful, because you're Tiefling, you don't have to be from Aljamir. You could be from somewhere in Useth. It's your character. You choose where you want to live. It's completely up to you. So yeah. Third campaign option. Now, I wasn't going to bring this one up because I mentioned this to Nerdy. So there is a quote-unquote hard campaign that I've been working in the background. I actually have one group that might be interested in it, but they're kind of holding off on it right now because we're trying to finish the current one. So the third campaign will take place in Chiron, which is this map.
Oh. Tiny, you're screwed.
This is Chiron. So Chiron is a pretty notorious place for many reasons. Number one, this is where the dragons came from, but this is also where the Dragonborn live. Or a good chunk of them.
Go, warrior, go!
Like I said,
We literally picked characters from all three maps. We do this.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. This is just how I got things set up.
We were made for these campaigns.
Basically.
All three of them.
Yep. It's gone. It's a series now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. But Chiron is a very interesting place because there's been a lot of very important events that have basically shaped a lot of the other conflicts in Celestia, which is the world. But this thing right here, this big old hole right here, the Savawell Hollow, is no, don't. Nobody should go in this hole right here. I'm kidding. But this hole right here, the Savawell Hollow, is one of the greatest mysteries in my campaign world. And the reason being is because anytime somebody ventures down into this hollow, they either, one, never come back, or two, they come back insane. And it has been a big mystery for the longest time, and nobody knows why. And it's actually going to play a big part into this campaign. But the name of this campaign is called At Death's Door. And it's the hard campaign. But the gist of this campaign and why I'm calling it hard is because I'm going to put you in a lot of situations that could potentially put you at quote death's door a lot. Hence the campaign title.
I'm sold.
But essentially the adventures include seeking out answers in primordial ruins or other regions of Chiron. And The objective of the campaign is, so there is this strange ancient evil that supposedly, or quote-unquote, legend has it, sleeps beneath the Savawell Hollow. Now, the thing is, people are thinking that evil's not the reason why people are going insane, but other people think otherwise. But essentially, you will find yourself finding weird instances or weird scenarios happening throughout most of this continent right here. This one in particular, this place called the Fields of Endless Carnage, this was like a war site that the Dragonborns fought a war between the Hobgoblins and the Half-Orcs. And the Half-Orcs actually live around this piece of land over here. But this place is basically my Australia of my campaign world. That's the best way I can describe it.
World Down Under.
It's basically World Down Under. But essentially, this campaign will be a little bit more harder in terms of, I guess not necessarily mechanics, but like a lot of the combat encounters are definitely going to be harder. But the reward is a lot higher. So personally, I wouldn't want you guys to play in this campaign because I kind of cater this one to more seasoned or veteran players. But I just wanted to leave this as an option to you guys to potentially do.
Okay, so this is season 3 of the campaign.
This is
this
could be season 3.
Yeah.
It could be.
It could.
That's true. And it's not to say you guys can't play in these other campaigns too, but I kind of leave it up to you guys on which ones you want to pick from these 3. So those are your options. And I can answer any questions you have now on either which ones you want to do or if you need me to elaborate on more.
Is that a dragon in the lava over there?
That is a statue.
Oh, okay.
That looks like a dragon.
I'm staring at it like... Oh, I can zoom in.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, kind of looks like a dragon. Kind of. Maybe.
It's like a dragon statue.
But yeah. What questions do you got?
What's that abyss up there?
Oh, this thing right here. Oh, the Abyss of Meritus. It is a whirlpool to, well, I can't really explain too much.
That's fair.
But a lot of ships get wrecked over there. Because the whirlpool just,
Go to triangle. Got it.
but it is potentially a place you could go to. But yeah, a lot of ships end up getting pulled into there, and nobody knows what the hell's in there.
Okay.
It's a place you essentially want to stay the fuck away from, unless the adventure dictates
There
it.
seems to be a lot of places on this map.
Yeah, like I said, this place is Australia and D&D. I mean, this place is called the Bleak Wilds. This place is called the Fields of Endless Carnage. I mean, come on.
Everything
Lost
here is trying to
City,
kill you.
like,
Everything is trying to kill you here. But,
Gloom Rise. Like so many things.
ironic, despite the name, that's actually one of the least dangerous places. Strangely.
Great.
Strangely.
Great.
But yeah, what questions do you have for the campaigns?
Personally, I'm okay with any of them. Like, we do have 3 veteran players. I don't know how Tiny feels.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with any of them.
Um,
Personally, I know how to play better. I don't necessarily have to play better, but I know
Yeah.
how to play better.
Yeah, I would say, in terms of recommendations, I definitely wouldn't consider this one quite yet, the Azubia Empire campaign, just because I got most of the encounters written out already, but I guess it's just more. I just don't want to kill your characters by session 3 is the problem.
So, is this one a campaign that we could possibly do
In the future,
like level it up
Yeah.
and just continue our
Yeah.
characters?
Yeah. I can definitely adapt it to where it is. Once you guys are kind of like more comfortable with the mechanics or and your characters, it's definitely something you could do in the future.
Okay.
That's cool. Because, I mean, you say hard campaign and everyone immediately goes, what?
Yeah. I actually shared my notes for some of the combat encounters to a buddy of mine who's actually like almost like a full-time DM too. And he's like he actually blushed when he saw the notes because he's like, dude, this is evil. So yeah. This could be a campaign you could do in the future though. For sure.
Nice.
I like it.
I mean, there is a campaign I'm kind of like looking forward to you guys choosing, but I'm not gonna sway your decision because I leave it up to you guys. So actually, let's talk about this for a minute.
What's the one with the chaotic fae, guys? Let's be honest. I mean, did you see his look when he said chaotic fae?
I mean, all I said was chaotic fae. So let's do this. So, what type of, I guess like when you think D&D, what is probably like going to be the most fun you guys have? Like what sort of things in a D&D campaign do you look for the most? Like, do you guys like more stuff at sea where you're sailing on ships, or do you like, being sneaky and doing like reconnaissance and doing like all these like secret missions that like society doesn't know about? Essentially, like, what type of things do you like about D&D, or like what type of settings or encounters do you like that just makes you so committed and passionate about it? That's the big thing.
My favorite is when a DM or a campaign, if it's already written out, basically makes a dungeon into an escape room, and you have to figure out the puzzle. I freaking love it.
That's
my favorite part.
There are definitely puzzles you guys will do. I've been trying to get better at puzzles. That's probably like one of the weak spots I have it as a DM is coming up with puzzles. But I'll definitely do my research and have puzzles for you guys for dungeons. But yeah, there is
puzzles are like.
they're not going to be super hard puzzles, and I actually like riddles a lot too, so you might have dungeons that have riddles in it.
Those kind of things, it makes me excited because I'm like, yeah, I did it, let's go.
He says there's riddles in a dungeon and we run into a Sphinx.
Ah, damn it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's Spider. I watched that episode of Harry Potter.
The episode of Harry Potter? You mean the?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know what I said.
Okay.
Technically correct.
So I guess like how can I sell both these campaigns to you? So the Aljamir campaign, the Devil in the Details campaign. So this one is probably going to be. There's going to be a lot of exploration, and a bit of RP, but there's going to be a lot of dungeons you're going to be crawling in for reasons. I think this one,
For reasons.
because the game's not called Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Weird.
I thought it was called Ship Ahoy.
Oh. I'm kidding. God, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Like I'm having a brain fart for some reason. I don't know why. So the Aljamir campaign, it's a little bit higher in terms of difficulty, but I think it's something you guys would enjoy quite a bit if you like dealing with like a lot of not necessarily plot twist or like unexpected things. Plus, like the lore behind the Nine Hells is really cool for the most part. And there's a lot of neat lore I kind of put into this one recently. So that's kind of one thing to sell for this one. The Aquaref campaign, I'll just come out and say it. This is the one I kind of want you guys to pick because there's a lot of neat stuff that I put into some of the continents here that overall I think you guys will get a lot of satisfaction out of. And I I also need to like practice like how sea-based encounters work for the most part, because I haven't really done that yet as a DM, is do a lot of stuff like out on sea. And you guys would have like your own ship at one point, even a bigger ship if need be. But for the most part, I think it's like the more, God, how do I put it? It's just like a good campaign just to have fun in general. Like, I don't think it's going to be a campaign that's going to be too hard for you, but there will definitely be moments where it's going to be challenging, or it's going to test your skills as a player. So,
I'll admit, honestly, I've never had a chance to do like a seaside campaign or actually a sailing campaign. So actually, it's pulling a lot more interest than anything else.
Yeah.
Personally, the
Yeah,
book
like we
sound good to me,
started
so-
once.
or they all sound
We
good to me.
started one once and it didn't get to end. Yeah.
okay. So, I just need to get a consensus. Do you want to do the Devil in the Details campaign or a Shot in the Dark campaign? That's going to be the big. I just need to know, and then that's
I stay a shot in the dark.
a Shot in the Dark.
All right, a shot in the dark it is.
A Shot in the Dark? Is that the campaign we're going for? All right.
I'm good with it.
Let me lock it in.
It's bright and happy. My tiefling won't fit in. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about Tiny every 2 seconds, okay? Like,
That was Nerd's
I mean-
biggest concern.
Why don't you?
what?
Good stuff.
I don't want you to just die of dehydration. I would feel so bad.
That part at the bottom of the map, Denshire, will all be like walking around the water, and Tiny will just be like paddling. through it.
Oh, man. That's funny.
And that's how he got eaten.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. So, since we locked this in, I can actually show you guys where you would start in the campaign. And actually, Nerdy saw the map for it. So this is where you would start.
Yes!
Yes, it is a tavern. Yes, I do like the you meet in a tavern trope.
I like it.
All right. So so I talk about actually like what your first session will be like, or essentially like how you guys kind of like congregate as a party. So this place is called the Calming Tide, and it's an inn in the capital of Aquaref. And I kind of leave it up to you guys on why you guys came to this location. But it could be because you heard about the benefactor was looking for adventurers to hire to find his artifacts, or it could be a place where you're trying to look for work, or you're just just hanging out here for reasons being. But the way I kind of introduce players is like I'll just do one by one, let people introduce who they are, and then what their character is. You can give descriptions, names, anything like that. And then essentially that's when the game starts at that point. So I'll just individually just bring you guys in, and then you can do little RP moments if need be. And then essentially the story folds at that point. So essentially you can figure out why you guys came here. Or it could just simply just be, it's like you heard the call from the benefactor that they're looking for adventurers, and they needed to meet at the Calming Tide. So that's kind of like an idea of what the first session will be. And you guys will definitely have combat in your first encounter, so make sure your character sheets are going to be up to date, and you got to make sure you read up on your character stuff by then. But yeah, this will be where you guys start. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. Oh yeah, if you guys can find, I guess, like, I don't know if you guys have like friends that are artists or not, but essentially if you can find me like some sort of art that's like resembles your character, just send it to me so I can create a token for you on the map, and then you'll have access to it when we start playing. So you can just send that to me through Discord on a DM, or you can just post it somewhere on one of the channels, and I'll take care of that for you. And then I'll make sure to integrate the character sheet into that. So yeah, I'll need that whenever we start our first session. Which that's what we're going to talk about next. Is when we're going to do session 1. I think Nerdy mentioned you and your hubby are going to be out of town next week, right?
Yeah, we'll come back on the 13th.
13th.
So we'll be out. Yeah, but we'll be able to start the 19th.
Yeah, 19th.
Next
Okay.
one's Saturday.
All right. So 19th at 11 p.m. Does that work for everybody? That seem good?
Yep.
Should be good. Awesome. So usually the first sessions are typically the longest for me, so we'll see how late we go in terms of that, but essentially we'll have our RP session like in the first quarter, first half, and then second half will probably be a combat encounter of some sort, and then, leading up to the actual introduction to the campaign. Essentially session 1 is just getting your feet wet and getting culminated with the campaign. Now here is my second question. Campaign length. The reason I bring this up is I need to have like a good general idea of how much I need to prep throughout the longevity of the campaign. So typically when I do shorter term campaigns, they're about they can be 10 to 20 sessions, or they could be about 20-ish. It may seem like a lot, but I know we're not going to be able to play it every Saturday, but I just want to see if you guys want this to be a shorter term campaign that could lead to other ones, or if you want it to be a little bit lengthier. And that's pretty much what I just want to find out from you guys, because I know some of you are pretty busy with other things, but I just want to know, what's a good session, or a good, should I say episodes? I guess, how many episodes of this campaign do you want to do? Or what's like a good...
7 seasons at least.
7 seasons? Jesus Christ, man. I better quit my job.
Let's go.
Full-time DM and let's go.
I know.
Might have
I'm
to start paying you.
personally right.
There's potential for a season 2 if you guys like the campaign enough. There's potential.
I personally am okay with a longer one.
A longer one? Okay.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Longer will probably be... This is just a ballpark estimate, but a longer campaign setting or session will be... campaign length for me will be about 30 to 40 sessions. And if we want to...
I'm personally okay with that.
Okay.
I don't know how the others feel.
Totally fine.
Yeah, like I said, we don't have to play every Saturday, and there's gonna be Saturdays that I'm gonna need a break because I'm running 2 other online campaigns right now, and now I got this one. But this one I'm pretty excited about for the most part.
He's excited about us, guys.
It's because of me, guys.
Yeah, that's why. That's right. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm actually genuinely happy because I'm like, yes, somebody's playing an Archfey Warlock campaign. I cry.
And then he's gonna cry because I screw it up so bad.
And then I'm gonna cry because you're gonna mess up my favorite race.
Oh, there's so much pressure on me.
There's no pressure.
We love you.
Listen.
I can
Listen.
sympathetic cry.
I mean, you can if you want to.
Thank you.
Bonus. So there's like a meme. There's a meme that's been going around in the Twitch community because like one of the Twitch streamers I watch that runs D&D games. There's like a meme that goes around where it's like use your bonus action to cry. Because like you're in like distressing situations. Like I'm gonna use my bonus action to cry. So.
But I thought crying was a free action.
Yeah, it's a bonus action. I'm kidding. It's a free action.
I was gonna say, wow, you're hard.
That's the hard campaign. You don't get a free action to cry. You use a bonus action. I'm kidding. All right, so I will put down 30 to 40 sessions. Bada bing, bada boom, and then.
Somebody has a problem with that. Like,
Are you
I'm
okay with
with
that,
it.
Tiny? You're the only one who hasn't said anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I don't know, so I can't give an opinion.
Tiny's just like more opportunity to drink coffee after midnight. I'm in.
Listen, why are you making fun? Why are you making fun of this guy drinking coffee at midnight? I do that too. Sometimes.
Fun of him. I'm just like, I don't know how you survive.
That's just a caffeine addict thing, I guess. All right, cool.
I guess I do have a question.
Yeah, what you got?
Are we doing experience points? Or are we doing
This is a good question. I hate the experience point system. I think it's absolute garbage in D&D, so we're doing milestones.
Okay.
So do not worry about keeping track of experience. I played one campaign that did that, and I was fucking miserable. It was bad. So milestones, for people that don't know, so milestones is essentially like if you get to pivotal points of the campaign or you accomplish something, essentially the DM will reward you like, hey, you get to level up this time, or you get to do this. So I will basically declare when you guys will level up, but that's how the milestone system works. Usually I try to declare it at the end of the session or when it's like opportune to do it. And then and essentially we'll take a little bit of time to do rolling your hit die, think for your hit point increases for your maximum, and then I'll tell you what you guys get for your class features, just so as a general reminder, because there's a lot of tricky class features that you'll have to keep track of as you get higher level. But yeah, I do a milestone system. XP is dookie.
That was my question.
Good deal. Let's see. January 19th, 10 p.m. Shot in the dark, 30 to 40 sessions. I think I talked about backstories to make sure you get that over to me as soon as possible, so I can start incorporating some stuff. I think I want to say that might be all of it. Anybody else have questions thus far? Yes, no, maybe so.
Nope, I think I already asked my question.
Going once, going twice. All right.
Oh, so everyone can know. Are you wanting us to keep track of weight of items?
Yes and no. So I'm one of those. I'm one of the.
Don't do that. Knife hand gives me PTSD.
What, this? This? Oh really? Oh, this. What's the gist with this? What's the story behind that?
So during basic training, you actually can't point at anything.
Oh yeah, because that's yeah, that's right.
So drill sergeant coming after you with a knife hand, you in trouble.
Yeah, I've seen Full Metal Jacket. I don't know how that works. But yeah, I mean, keep track of it, but I'm not gonna like. The problem is I'm not gonna be looking at your character sheets 24/7. But like, if you're wanting like, hey, I want to loot a whole dragon's head, I'm like, okay, Bucko, listen.
Bag of holding done.
Listen, okay, stop. All right, so I gotta tell a bag of holding story here for a minute.
Oh no.
Just to show you how triggering my players are sometimes. Jokingly, I don't say this out of spite, but it's just like, man, D&D players are a special bunch in this world.
Necklace of fireballs. Open the whole thing at once.
So basically, what happened was the party was fighting in like in a tundra area called the Frozen Heart, and they were fighting these big yetis. They like did like frost breath and stuff like that. So they beat them, and one of the guys is like, "Hey, I want to try to put something heavy into the bag of holding." And I'm like, okay, what do you want to put in there? He's like, can I put this smaller Yeti into the bag of holding? I'm like, you're wanting to put a full Yeti into the bag of holding? And I had to explain to him, like, you do realize anything that gets fit into that bag of holding just dies. You don't get that back. He's like, well, what if I put his arm in there? I'm like, that's going to be gone too. It's like, okay, what about tufts of fur? I mean, yeah, but you can't put a whole body in there. It's like, oh, okay. I put the Yeti in the bag of holding. He actually did it. I'm like, okay, that Yeti's not coming back anymore.
That's when you need a hole. What's it called?
Oh, portable hole.
Portable hole.
Portable hole. Yeah.
But they only last for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes. I had that on My Tempest Cleric, actually. I never got to use it though. But yeah, portable hole.
Yeah. We thought about using that one time to sneak someone in. Like, okay, we just gotta get in within 10 minutes so they don't die.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's like the only real use for portable hole, I think, is if like you're cornered somewhere, like guards are chasing you, for example. But you're like, oh, let's just put it in the portable hole, and then you just jump into it and then zip it up and you hide. So I guess it's like for those type of moments. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They always used it for like extra carrying capacity. Throw everything they possibly could in there, and drag it around.
Yeah. Well, I think if something like stays in there for 10 seconds, that's not like a humanoid or something. I think it just disappears or something. I don't know. There's some weird ruling on that. I don't know.
No, if I remember from the description, that you can store anything in there for an indefinite amount of time.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just if anything's living, you have
10
minutes.
Yeah,
of
10 minutes of oxygen, and then you suffocate.
If
Yeah.
not, I've been using my portable hole very wrong this whole time in a different campaign.
Interesting. I have to keep that in mind because I definitely do want to put a portable hole in the campaign somewhere. It's like one of those infamous like D&D items that you have to have in one campaign.
Yeah, it almost got used as a Looney Tunes. I'm gonna open a door through a wall kind of deal, and I was like, no, 2 feet, no.
Yeah, you see wily coyotes start freaking dashing out from the hole. All right, awesome. Any additional questions? Yes, no.
I have like text stuff to talk to people afterwards.
Oh, tech stuff, yeah.
It doesn't have to be on screen.
But yeah, character sheet stuff for Waffle and Warrior. I guess just let me know when you want to do that, and I can hop on Roll20 and we can start building that. I think Warrior, you being a DM, if you want to help Waffle out with that stuff, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, I'll need the character sheets though in this campaign, just so I have all my ducks in a row. Everything's prepared for you guys on the 19th. So thankfully, I got about 2 weeks to get things set up for you guys. But yeah, if you got any questions, just reach out to me in the Discord, and I think that's really it for the most part. I'm pretty sure I talked about characters. You guys decided your campaigns. You guys just got to get your backstories to me, your token art. And then we figured out session length for state. Yep, I think we got everything. I'm probably going to forget something still and probably have to reach out to you guys again, but
Do we have a set like session length per episode?
I guess it really depends on. Yeah, let's actually talk about that. Considering that me and Tiny are going to be late, staying up late for this one. Generally, it will be about roughly. Some of them will be about 2 hours. Others might be 3.
Okay.
Generally, that's
Planning around 3, so that's fine.
yeah. Three will probably be the pure maximum. We won't go beyond that. So I'll probably keep tallies on that. And some sessions might be shorter on certain days. But yeah, around 2 to 3 hours will be most of the sessions. Cool. Any other questions?
How excited are you?
Oh my god, dude. Fucking I'm actually freaking out right now.
Roll a d20 to see how excited you
All right, let's find out here. Let's find out. What is that, an 18? Yeah, it's an 18.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
Very excited. I was gonna laugh if it was a 1. I'm like, oh no, it's cursed.
Something's going wrong in
You
the
got my
first or
roll.
second.
No, I'm excited. I mean, considering it, I guess this is going to be my first like stream game for the most part. I guess I'll definitely be a lot more nervous. Mainly just because of like RP stuff, I guess is the big part. Oh yeah, you're also going to be my first group where I get to use my fancy mixer because I got some voice effects I can do too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
full in.
I gotta figure out how to integrate it on Discord though, because I think it gets a little. I guess like, I don't know. There's some like weird issues with it when you use that type of mixers on Discord, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm gonna try to
Side question.
gonna have this as immersive as possible. What's up?
As a streamer, are you using music through Roll20?
So there was a bot in Discord called Rhythmbot that I was looking to install because it was gonna be easier. But I guess they discontinued it, so I'm probably gonna have to do it through Roll20. But I am gonna find DMCA friendly ones because I do have some on my Spotify, so I will do that. But yeah, do you guys want music or do you not want music? Because I can find music for
Well,
it.
I just need to know.
Good.
Yeah, I prefer music personally, but like I need to know as a streamer, do I need to have my own music going, or do I turn it off for the?
I would say turn it. I would. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I'll have music in here for I just gotta upload it for the most part, and I just have to make sure it's actually DMCA friendly. But I have a guy that's actually on that I follow on Spotify that does free music that everybody can use. That's royalty free. So I'll probably be using that.
How early before sessions do you want us here? 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I
assume we want all.
Let's
go
do.
live at the same time type
Yeah,
thing?
let's do 10 minutes before the session.
Okay.
Just so that we're culminated and prepared for the most part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, because 4 out of the 5 of us are streaming, things like hype trains and raids and general chat. Like, I know I plan on muting and trying to pay attention, but sometimes it's hard if
Yeah.
chaos is happening. How do you want us to address that? Like, just send you a message of, hey, something's happening in chat or something?
I think I'm probably gonna have my alerts turned off.
Okay.
But if it does end up happening, just I guess message me. Should be fun.
Yeah, as awesome as those events will be, I think I'm probably gonna be acknowledge it as calmly as possible, and not make it as big of an extravaganza thing.
Yeah,
as you would
yeah. I would say if it's happening during the session, you can definitely say, hey, thanks for the raid or thanks for following all that blah 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 blah. But I think we kind of have to move on to playing the game for the most part.
Right.
Now if it's
I plan on muting whenever I address this kind of thing, so it's not showing up.
No. Not to say it would.
Make sure.
Not to say it will happen, but the D&D community on Twitch is actually so fucking wholesome that they raid just smaller streamers all the time. So there's a possibility I might get raided with 100 viewers at one point. So who knows?
I've seen it happen. I've been a part of it actually for several others. So
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see.
So if you guys see me doing an encounter and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fire with the brain malfunction.
Randomly, one of us would be like, "Oh my god, don't worry, okay, mute."
I'm probably gonna.
I'll be sure to keep a bucket of water handy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need I am gonna need ice buckets after my first session because I'm gonna be so freaking nerve wracked. But I should be fine.
I get nervous. I'm still a little bit new at the role playing part, getting comfortable with it. That I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, I think once we have a couple sessions in our belt, I think everybody's gonna be pretty comfortable for role-playing stuff, but I'm not gonna make it super the only thing you guys are gonna be doing in D&D.
Yeah.
But there will be RP stuff for sure. But yeah, just do your best. I mean, you don't have to do fancy voices or anything like that. That's kind of my job, unfortunately, because I have to immerse you guys. But yeah, just do your best. I mean, you don't have to be the perfect RPer, and honestly, I think actions speak louder than words when it comes to D&D for the most part.
No, now that you said it's Australia, I have to do an Australian accent.
I mean,
So
by all
sometimes
means,
I have to. If it's no, I have to.
Now listen here, governor. I need you to go get this gold.
And you won't stop me. Wait, that was not Australian.
You know that's better than him being a monk that has swore the word of silence for the rest of his life, so he wasn't allowed to talk.
Hey, he just didn't talk much. He didn't not talk at all.
That would solve some of our audio issues. Like, we wouldn't
That's
have
true.
to worry about him having a mic and stuff.
That is true.
Or you just play like a mute character. I don't know.
You just see me holding up a notepad.
Yeah.
It's gonna have a frowny face in that.
Wait, do they even have notepads in fantasy settings? Just parchment.
Yes.
Just parchment. I don't know about notepads,
You'll
though.
find a twig, glue the parchment to it, and hold it up.
And you'll call it a notepad. All right.
It'll be a sign.
Oh.
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign.
Fine.
How pissed would you guys be if I made like a Larry the Cable Guy NPC?
Oh my gosh. He probably died.
And fireball. Done.
Yeah, listen here, Missy. I actually can't even do it. I can't even do it either.
Now he's gonna be the barkeep at our first encounter.
Oh,
guys.
don't give me a no. It's not. I'm
Do
not.
it, you've already got permission.
I'm not gonna ruin the first session with the Laird the Cable Guy impression. Oh, I do have an idea though to kind of piss off one of my other players in my campaigns though, because he hates Larry the Cable Guy. All right, well you guys give me an idea for one of my sessions.
Yay.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Oh man, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm very excited. Very excited. Because I've been trying to stream D&D since June of last year. It's finally happening.
So excited.
Yeah. All right. Any last questions? Other than that, I don't really have anything else.
I'm good.
Other than tech stuff.
Cool.
Everyone stick on after if possible.
Sick. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off because I am omega tired right now. Because I'm an old man. All right, guys. Well, if you got questions, just hit me up. But yeah, just make sure you got your backstories, token art, all the stuff that I mentioned over to me as soon as possible. And I will see you all on the 19th.
Yay!
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.